Well, here we are back in the dungeon. Cheers, guys. Oh, it's good to get back home to the home brew, I will tell you. Oh, that's a Cooper's English Bitter, by the way. So we'll talk about that. Put that back there for now. First thing, I got to get right to this, okay? Right to this story right now. I was just getting ready to make this video. I had the camera set up, everything ready, my hat on, you know. And I thought, you know, I'm going to go upstairs and check the nose hairs. You never know, because these damn cameras, they pick up everything, right? So I went up, and on the way back down, I noticed this bag in front of the front door. And I thought, what the heck, what's in here? Looks like, you know, I don't know, some groceries that didn't get put away, or... beer. So I knew my wife was awake. Let me just turn that around so I can... Because I heard her cough. It's the middle of the night, so I heard her. So I went up and I said, there's a bag at the front door with beer in it. And she said, yeah, I told you. I woke you up earlier. A guy came to deliver you some beer. He's from Switzerland. His name is Urs, U-R-S. And I went, oh yeah, I remember that. I remember her waking me up, but I was so stone asleep that I didn't remember it until she told me. I don't know the whole story. Apparently, he sent me a Facebook message, which I now got. Didn't get it earlier because my computer has been, I had to reformat my hard drive and everything, and I haven't been online for like 3 days practically since my Friday night broadcast. I haven't been online for all that time mostly. So I didn't get any messages. And so I went and checked, and sure enough, there's a message there, and he wanted to come in. He was in Windsor, Ontario, which is about, I'd say, 4 hours away from here. So he drove 4 hours and delivered this beer to me. He asked for Craig, and my wife said, well, he's sleeping. I mean, she didn't know what to do. She didn't know that he would, like, I guess she was thinking, like, Craig didn't say anyone was coming to deliver him some beer. I don't know who I don't know who he is, and she didn't know what to do. So she told him I was sleeping. I don't know whether she thought he could just come back later, or I don't know the whole story because she's sleeping. So I don't know at this point. I don't know exactly what happened. But anyway, he's from Switzerland, and he was in Windsor, Ontario, I guess, you know, on some trip of some sort. And he decided to contact me through Facebook, and he said, you know, can I have your address? I want to come and deliver you some beer. Now, I don't even sure how I would have responded to that. Just like last minute, like I guess it was a last minute decision he made. Anyways, I can't thank him enough. And it's a shame that I wasn't awake, and he wanted to meet me, and he was right there at the front door, like a few meters away from where I was sleeping practically. And he wanted to meet me, and he didn't get to, and I really feel bad about that. I wish things had worked out differently. I really do. So I want to dedicate this Homebrew Wednesday video to Urs. Thank you very, very much. If you're ever passing by again, please feel free to contact me. I gave him my phone number, so he can text me. And you know, if I'm asleep, if I hear it, I'll wake up and I'll go meet him. I mean, it's such a shame. He's all the way from Switzerland. And he was here, and you know, I think I can peel myself out of bed because I sleep mostly during the day these days. I think I can peel myself out of bed for 5 minutes to go meet the guy. You know, switch around some mouthwash or something and brush my hair. Anyway, I just don't know what to say. I so appreciate that, and it must have been so disappointing for him to have been here and right at my front door. He probably saw the dog, Daisy, and everything. You know, he's seen the videos, and he's right here at the front door. How disappointing would that be? I would be crushed. But anyway, not that I'm a big guy or anything, you know, important, but I think if the guy came all the way, drove 4 hours to bring me beer and wanted to meet me, I think if that were me, I would be disappointed. So I will make it up to him. I will make it up to him. I'm going to contact him personally, and we'll work something out. I'll send him something special. So let's look at the beers we've got here. I know that's what you're waiting for. This is New Glarus Brewing Company, is what the it's called. You probably saw it on the box. Staghorn Oktoberfest beer. I forgot my glasses. And there's descriptions and stuff, which I'm not going to, as if I'm going to try to read those. I can't even read that thing. Next one here is a Spotted Cow. I don't know. I can't wait to try these. They're not even cold yet. I just found them just before I made this video. Black Top. It's obviously, I can see it's obviously a darker beer. Can't even see through it. Can't even see through the neck. So it's like a stout probably. Did I say stout? Stout. And the next three are Stone Soup. Okay, I have no idea what these are. So I'm gonna be doing these now. Here's the thing. And thank you again, Urs. I mean, wish things had worked out differently there. It's cool to meet people in that, and they're so happy when they meet you. It's just, anyway. I was thinking of doing away with the whole Craig's beer review concept. I've done a few of them. I certainly will review homebrews that are sent to me if they make it here. But I thought about just doing them during my Homebrew Wednesday videos. Because it's homebrew, and it's Homebrew Wednesday, beer, homebrew related, whatnot. But I wasn't planning on doing any more sort of separate beer reviews of store-bought, commercial beers. You guys let me know. If you enjoy those Craig's beer review videos, I'll keep doing them. But I can do them during my Homebrew Wednesdays, just the same. And it gives me something. Oh, I know you're waiting to hear what's going on over there in the fermenter. So let me know. But I will review all of these beers, all 4 varieties. I will taste them because what the hell? Stone Soup? You got to be wondering what that is, right? So I'll read the thing and I'll do reviews on these one way or the other. Okay, so that's that. I just feel so bad, but damn it. Anyway, right, let's move on. I've got my Cooper's English Bitter here. I haven't done one of these in a long time. And, a year or so, I guess. And so I finally decided to put one together. And you know what? I'll just give it a whirl here. I used to think that this particular beer, this is one of my favorites. I've done this one a lot. But there's times when I thought this beer had and this was, years ago, I thought it had a bit of a twang or some sort of a weird aftertaste, but I never cared. I just, brew beer and kits and stuff like that. Whatever. That's what I was doing, right? I now can tell you, because I'm a little more experienced now than I was back then, with having done all grain and tasting different beers. This is good. This has a lot of malt character to it. It's not a twang. I was wrong. A lot of malt character and just bitterness. No, upfront flavor, hops, aroma. None of that. There's none of that in this beer. It's definitely an English style beer. Now, it might look a little there's not a lot of head retention. Now, I sort of was careful with the carbonation. I didn't want to over-carbonate this because this style of beer is supposed to have less carbonation in it. And it would almost be nice if you could serve this with nitrogen instead of CO2 and have that nice, that mouthfeel to it. The more you carbonate this, the less you taste it. That's what happens with this particular, and probably lots of different styles of beer. This is not meant to be very carbonated, but you want just enough to have a cap on it like that, so you get that nice smooth mouthfeel. Clean and malty, and slightly, more or less bitter. This is the beer I used to make what's now called the CraigTube Porter. This is the base. I have to admit, and I'm guilty as charged, of saying Cooper's all the time. This is a Cooper's English Bitter. It's a Cooper's this. It's a Cooper's that. I have access to 3 different pre-hopped extracts. Black Rock, Brew Canada, and Cooper's. Locally here, and I can just go get real quick. And out of the 3, I really prefer the Cooper's. If I'm going to do a kit, that's the one I choose. The other ones are okay, but the Cooper's is really the best one out of those 3. And so I do use the Cooper's kits a lot, and that's why I say it a lot. I don't work for them or anything like that, so don't get, any new people who just came to the channel. I'm not affiliated with them at all. Just, they're not. I'm not hired or being paid to say their name or anything like that. I just use their kits because I think they're very high quality. I mean, Cooper's has been in business for 150 years? Is when Thomas Cooper's started the company 150 years ago or something like that. I can't remember. And you know what I wish? I really wish they'd give us what's in this. I want to know what's this made out of. Is there, maybe their website has that information. I'm not sure. I haven't been there lately. I haven't been to the Cooper's website a lot, actually. I know there's recipes there and all kinds of great stuff. I should probably check it out. But I'd love to know what this is. What's in it? Is what kind of barley, what kind of hops. I'd like to know that. That'd be cool. All their different varieties of brew. I'd like to know the the ingredients. They probably don't want to give that out to us, but at the same time, I mean, if I was to clone this as an all grain, it's going to take me 5 hours to brew it. But it would be interesting to clone one of these kits and see what how we could make it an all grain. I'm not sure they want you to do that, but I mean, the kits have their place. You still brew these things up real quick, and they're good beer. I continue to stand by these simple beer kits simply because they're easy and they're quick and they make damn decent beer. That's all I'm going to say. I've said it before. Right, now, move on. So I had a computer crash. I lost my operating system. It was because of a power failure, so be very careful with your computer when there's thunderstorms. This was just a random power failure. I was sitting down here, and all of a sudden everything went out, computer went off, then afterwards it came back on, and then later on it went off again, came back on, and then next day we went camping. I shut it all down. When we came back from camping, there was errors, and it was just a mess. And luckily the hard drives are fine, hardware's fine, but my operating system was toast. And I lost, so in the process of trying to restore my system back to the factory settings, because I have all the backups and everything, in the process of doing that, I accidentally erased my video drive. Lost all my videos, all of them. I did purchase a piece of software for $30. It's called 7 Recovery or something like that. Can't remember. And I have to hand it to this thing. The drive was, the partition was erased. Okay, so that's it. Partition was deleted. And this program, for $30, brought most of it back. And all of the important stuff I had on there that I couldn't get back, like home videos of my kids and stuff, back. Got it all back. All of my editing tools, my motion backgrounds and things I used to make my videos with, got it all back. It's just that some of my YouTube stuff, the the 1080 videos, for some reason they won't play. But that's not a problem. I can get all that stuff back from YouTube. I can download my own videos back. So I can. Anyways, long story short, everything's back up and running now. But it took me several days to get that, so I haven't seen any messages or checked anything. And right now I'm just finishing restoring my data from a backup. So once that's done, I can install my editing software and get this thing online. What else? Now, what do we got brewing over here? Right. This thing is going like a bat out of hell. And, you know, I'll just show a clip here of it. Actually, what I did was I took some hops. Well, here it is. It's bubbling away like crazy. Okay, so it's basically, it's a Cooper's, there I go again. It's a Cooper's IPA. So let me put this back, and I'll tell you what. Need a cameraman. I went last Thursday, and I bought myself some gin. So I could drink gin and tonics during my broadcast on Friday. And when I was in the liquor store, there was a guy set up on a little platform, and he was advertising this beer. The beer was Crazy Canuck was the name of the beer. And I've heard this beer, but I think it was one of our fellow 17 Brew Crew guys. I think it was Jakendar. He mentioned this beer to me once, and I could never find it. So when I heard the guy, talking, and he, I was sort of fumbling around, standing in line and whatnot, I heard him talking, and he said, Crazy Canuck and blah, 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 and it's brewed in Ontario. I raced over there and I said, give me 4, and he gave me a little sample. I was like, oh, man. This stuff, it's like, yeah, I'll have some beer with my hops. It was just a hop extravaganza. And I loved it. I told the guy, I said, I do a video thing on YouTube. I sometimes review beers. Maybe I'll review this on YouTube. And he said, great. What's your YouTube name? I told him CraigTube, and he says, I'll definitely check it out. I'll definitely watch. He says, I love beer reviews. Not that I do great jobs at them, but, whatever. So I bought 4, and I was supposed to review one of them, and I drank them all. They were so good. Oh man, these beers are good. So I'm gonna go get another one, and I'll do a review on YouTube. There I go again with beer reviews. It looks like I can't do away with doing beer reviews. I just don't know whether I need to do it separately or during Homebrew Wednesday. So anyway, I crave those hops. I'm like, I want more of the beer. So what I did was I took a Cooper's IPA, and I had these hops laying around. I had about an ounce of Saaz, and an ounce of U.S. Goldings. These were just like, getting old in the freezer. I thought, I better use these up. So I used those 2 for flavor aroma. And I put one in at 15 minutes, one in at 5 minutes or whatever. And then I had some Simcoe hops here that were sent to me by a viewer. And I had an ounce of those left, so I put those in for bittering. So I did an hour-long boil. I took the dry malt extract, 500 grams, put it in about a gallon of water. I know this isn't the best way to utilize hops, but this is what I did. And I boiled these things up. So I did the Simcoe for an hour, and when there was 15 minutes left, I put in the Saaz, and then at 5 minutes I threw in the Kent Goldings. Or maybe it was the other way around. I didn't mark it down. I don't care, because I can't get the Simcoe ones anymore, so I'm stuck, it's just a one-time thing. So I did a little boil, and an hour later I used that as my strike water for the Cooper's IPA. I threw in some dextrose for extra alcohol. I probably didn't get great efficiency with the hops, like utilization. And the hops are old too. So who knows what's going to happen. But it'll be fine. It smells good. It's just not as... I can tell it's not going to be a hot bomb like those Crazy Canuck beers were. So that's about it. I've got... was supposed to have for you guys the Back to Basics video, which was like 99% edited. And I lost that on my hard drive. But I do have the original footage, so I can do it again. I'll be able to re-edit it, but that's going to take a few more days. So there's a delay here. And I also have camping footage that I want to show you. And cheers to all you guys for watching. Thanks for being here. And we'll hope to see you Friday. I think I should have my computer ready by then for broadcasting, I hope. Well, will let you know. I'm sure I will. I'm going to use a quote from S.J. Poor. Sorry, I couldn't remember his name for a second. S.J. Poor, who invented the home Brew Wednesday concept. Okay, cheers to him. Enjoy the fruits of your labor, folks. Brew beer. Cheers out, 17.